Yeah.
Dan. Dan well I got
Yeah.
an intro for everything. Every
I was,
single
I was,
one. Let's go.
I was like, wait a minute. Okay. So, shout out to my friend. Hopefully, you watch this in the future so you'll
Mm,
know that I brought this up. So, of course, we know the devastation of the wildfires that were going on in Maui.
mhm.
Um, at one point, after the whole disaster happened, and of course, Coquito, you can jump in and let me know because I'm sure you're all over this. Um, they basically make a lot of their money through tourism. And at one point, I believe the governor, I don't want to speak off the record, but was saying, don't visit Maui. And all of the small businesses and, people who rely on the tourists to come there were like,
Yeah.
well, if they come here, then what the hell are we going to do?
Yeah.
So that factor is going on after the devastation. I just saw recently that it's been downgraded as far as the amount of casualties. So it was over 100. Now they're
Mm,
saying it's close to like 96, 97.
yeah.
Still, I believe it was like 114 before, or 112. Now it's like 97. So, in any case, prayers out to the families, people who've lost people. There's still people missing. Moving on to something a little more interesting, charities.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait, before you continue, Mr. Larry Gaines,
Hmm.
and for the people that the two people that are watching, and Mr. Larry Gaines, he doesn't know this. I have two particular clips for this topic and two particular clips for Brickface. Now, speaking of charities, I'm gonna,
Hmm.
if I may, I want to put this clip out. It's only 1 minute, and this, let's just hear it.
Rock and Oprah are canceled from all sides.
You're so concerned about what's happening in Maui that you somehow managed to hire a private firefighting team to protect your land before the fires started.
What?
You're so concerned about what's happening in Maui that instead of taking some of that land and housing even a small portion of those displaced people, you've hired a private security team to keep them off your land. You're so concerned about Maui that you simply haven't had time to denounce any of the shady real estate deals which are robbing people of everything they have, like the ones you were involved in that helped you acquire that land for pennies on the dollar of what it was actually worth. You're so concerned about Maui that instead of taking what would amount to a year's salary for you and 4 or 5 of your billionaire friends, which could be used to rebuild the entire place in a matter of months, you're jumping on social media and asking the American public, most of whom can't afford to pay their rent right now, to do it for you. You're so concerned about Maui that it's more important that you get social media points than that you help.
Wow.
That's video clip 1 of 2. Continue. I want to put that out there.
Okay. Well, that's basically the route that I was going down, and that just basically summed it up. So I wanted to speak about the charities out there. So of course, a lot of people have given backlash to, you saw it, and also, The Rock as well for joining in with that. Onyx Blade, the lady spoke nothing but facts. So it was at one point where I believe again that the governor said that we're going to protect it and make sure that people don't come in and buy land pennies on a dollar. So if
Yeah.
that's the case, I'm not quite sure how that happened. If that's accurate, could be
Nice.
speculation. I don't know.
Another part that was not told and we haven't said yet was that the houses that were not burnt, people were getting evacuated. And at the time of what I heard this, they didn't excuse me, they didn't explain why. So anyone Onyx, if you know about that, please tell me down in the comments down below. It's very shocking how this is happening. This was a fire, like a bad fire that took away everything. And most people now are out their homes. Most people are displaced, and
So
here comes the millionaires and the billionaires trying to swoop in and buy land. And again, I'm not an anti-elitist. I'm just let the person rebuild their home. So I mean, it's their home. For God's sakes, if my town got burnt like the Chicago fire of 1912, I can't believe I actually remember that. They rebuild it. They rebuilt and they got better. But continue. I got another clip whenever you're ready.
So now I've seen something else says that before missing persons was over 100. Now it's been downgraded to 41.
Okay. Thank
It's
you.
getting better.
Yes.
But
Okay.
that's the real hot news that's all over right now. Everyone's excited that it's not as many casualties as they originally thought.
Okay. That's good though.
Okay, so
again,
go on to your second clip.
Emotional discretion is advised.
So don't go tell tourists don't come Maui because you're not speaking for us, the working people. You're speaking for yourself. Tourists come, we love you. We have aloha because you will be helping us, the lower people. The grains of sand of Maui is what we are. We're not the ones living up in Laniapoku. Not one of those houses burned. Puamana is still there. Lahaina Shores is still there. Everything beyond the Civic Center is there, but the homes where we were working, where we were scraping, where we had less than $1,000 a month to pay for our basic needs of gas and food. We busted our ass, and this is what we get. Nobody called us. Our phones didn't work from 5 in the morning. The fire was not 10 o'clock when I went to work. The fire was still there. There was no water. Tell me if that's coincidence. No water, no warning. And everybody talking about the satellite city before the fire. Lahaina gonna be the first satellite city. Well, hey, Jeff Bezos, you got what you wanted. Oprah, you got what you wanted. And the guy who owns the nut, you got what you wanted. Because all we got so far was $700 and we don't know who to call or anything.
Wow.
Question for in the audience watching and you, Mr. Larry Gaines. Is $700 enough to rebuild your life?
Absolutely not. I mean, this is the first time that I am hearing that and seeing that. Terrible.
There's a lot more, and I'm not delving into conspiracy theories on why everything in Maui that's blue didn't get burnt. Not getting into that. That's a whole other thing there. But you can hear in that person's voice.
Mm-hmm. You could hear it.
And you can and she identified so many different parts. This part's not burned. This part's not burned. This part. That's all the nice places. But our places are fucked. So stop coming over here and then bring up Oprah. And this clip was like a day after the fire, and the one that we saw just recently right now was 4 days after that clip. So that was just a weird coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. Got another comment here. But yeah.
That's pretty much what I have. I see that a lot of the news updates has been flooded with the decrease in the casualties. So I was looking to see if there's anything new out there since it's been weeks later. You know, I just didn't want something like this to be swept under the rug. You know, they're dealing with a lot of different things over there, and it's not in the mainstream as much as it was when it first started.
That's right.
So,
what a coincidence as well. When the Rock was getting flagged for this, publicity stunt, he pops out yesterday on WWE SmackDown. A savior. Yeah, he just popped out yesterday. Like, oh, look at the Rock. And then I just hear about today that he wants America to pay for something that he has billions of dollars. Okay. Final thoughts on Maui, Mr. Larry Gaines.
Actually, I'm pretty speechless at this moment, especially after seeing the clips that you brought up. I don't even know what to say.
Hey, man, Midnight Vibes. I can say Midnight Vibes is growing. We're going to get clips. If we're talking about subjects, we'll get clips, and I will find it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been banned for about a few days now. I have a lot of time. So much time. But that, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, was 2 weeks later. This video will be clipped and put on my Ricky reactions and my Alex Coquito